What's up, wargamers? John back here again with another little weekly gaslands build. Anyway, so this time we rode up a bus. Now, bus is a little hard to get the right scale. Hot Wheels, you know, they scale them to the container. The only real good bus, it's hard to find a good city bus is what I always try to look for. You come across a lot of double deckers, a lot of school buses. But, so I'm checking through my my collection here. I was like, what can we do for a bus? And I actually have this here. It is a 1962 Plymouth Savoy. S-A-V-O-Y, Savoy I'm going to go with. There's one of these nice little boats. But, check this out. So I'm going through the collection. Normally, I try to just keep one of each car, so everything kind of stays unique and I'm not rebuilding it. But sometimes you get blind boxes, and not do we just have one, we double up. We have two of them. So I'm thinking to count as a bus, we're gonna chop them together, like so, and then kind of fill in some of the gap, and we'll just kind of make this into a stretch limo. I think it would be real cool. Just have a stretch limo counted as a bus. So let's just pop right into that build. Alright, wargamers, we're back on the build table here. We got our two Savoys doubled up. And I'm thinking what we're gonna do first is we're gonna I'm trying to think of how the weird way to do it. I think we're gonna chop this here, merge them together for the stretch. And I'm kind of thinking tank tracks, I don't know. Because I got this bag of tracks here. I'm kind of feeling like I think these will work pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna look into that. But first, I got a bunch of these smaller ones too. But yeah, we'll get into tracks later. We got a bunch of kinds here. But first, let's do some chop shopping and get a hold of this. wargamers. Back here, we got the tank tracks on, as you can see. She's a pretty long boy for, but it'll work because we're doing a bus. A few things we're gonna do is we gotta put this grill back on the front. And then we've got a few bits here. I had thought I rolled up a machine gun turret to go on the top here. So I was gonna kind of block this off so you can't see the double windows. Now I'm kind of thinking I might, no, we still might block it off just because I like the look of it. But apparently what I rolled was a wall of amplifiers, which I know I would have 3D printed a bunch of little speakers, which I don't have at the moment because I'm out of resin. So what we do have is this thumper here. And that'll work just fine. So I'm thinking I'm gonna barricade off the top here and just kind of put this on top. You know, probably near the middle. A little grubbly detail here and there. We got this cool little blower to kind of fill in the front of the hood. So yeah, let's just get into some detailing. Like I said, she's not much. Most of the hassle is just getting the thing on there right. So is that crooked? Hold on a sec. I gotta check this out. I can't tell if that's actually crooked or not. I'm not sure. If it's a little crooked, if it is a little crooked, that's fine for the wasteland, I suppose. As long as it sits flat on the table. Which now I don't know. Let's see. Clean up some of the super glue that dripped down in here. See if I'm gonna have to rebalance these wheels or not. I'm thinking they look okay. So we'll just stick with it. But yeah, let's get in some detail work and we'll be right back. All right, wargamers. I think we're pretty much done here. That's it. We got a thumper. We put this nice little cow horn on the top. That took actually more effort than I thought it actually would. Just a cool little engine offset, so that way the driver can still see a bit. Yeah, tank tracks. I think she's pretty done. Wasn't much to her, but you know, sometimes good builds aren't much to them. So I think it's about time for some prime time. So let's get into it. Alright, wargamers, we got her here up on the turntable, so let's roll into some stats. Name-wise, we're going with Longhorn. The chassis type is a bus. The sponsor is no sponsor. As far as weapons and equipment, we wrote up was a wall of amplifiers. Perk classes was military and tuning. And as far as the perks themselves, we only wrote up was Fender Kiss. So we come in at a solid 36 cans. Oh, what you guys are doing in my stack fridge out here in the backyard. But since you're out here, let me straighten you up a little bit. Since you're out here, let me ask you a couple questions. You like buying custom cars and whatnot? Do you like promoting small YouTube channels as myself? I don't know, maybe you just like buying some cool merch? Or perhaps even, do you enjoy some smooth jazz? Either way, I opened up an Etsy shop, just selling off all the builds to help promote the channel, because I'm never going to use them in the games anyway. So I'm going to throw the link down in the description of the videos now. I got cool cars. Anything you see on the channel, buy it if you want. I'm thinking about adding some stickers and custom dice maybe later on. I got a message system set up, so if you want some commissions, like commission terrain or other, you can hit me up there too. So I think that's it for my short little ad shelling out my thing. So I'm going to grab my cheesy sticks and this Bex, and I'm out of here. See you later.